My friends, welcome back to another episode of Leadership Synergized. Today, we are honored to sit down with the remarkable leader and visionary, Dr. Michael Koku. Dr. Koku is a physician, Maxwell Leadership Certified Executive Director, and a gifted communicator known for turning complex ideas into practical, life-changing steps. He's authored 12 influential books and leads global leadership initiatives that are transforming lives across business, education, healthcare, and ministry. Get ready. This conversation will empower you to grow, lead, and elevate your impact. Hello, welcome back to this episode of Leadership Synergized. I'm Kevin Smith, your host, and I'm so very excited to introduce to you a gentleman. If you're on LinkedIn, if you're on Facebook, one of the most positive people that pours into others from beginning of the day to end of the day. And I'm not sure this gentleman has an end of the day. Just so much energy that he presents and represents and emulates. My friend, your friend, Dr. Michael Koku. Dr. Koku, thank you so much for being here, my friend.
Oh, you're welcome. It's my pleasure. I'm so excited. One thing I know about Coach Kelvin is he's a CEO of people. CEO means Chief Encouragement Officer. And, it's something for you to post something. I mean, Coach Kelvin is one of the real encouragers. You will always see him, always uplifting people. And this is what makes you you and unique selling proposal. That's what I know you for. I know if I post anything, if nobody like it, I know Calvin is outstanding. I mean, so thank you, sir. I appreciate you, and that's why I'm here today because of your positivity and of your heart for others. You are very unique, and I celebrate you, sir. Thank you, sir. Yeah.
Well, you're very kind, Dr. Koku. And look, this is not
Okay.
about me, my friend. This is about
Yeah.
you. And you talk about the heart for people. You bring that every day with an energy level, my friend, that I'm not sure I've seen matched by anyone else that's come across my path in life. Why don't you take a moment, introduce yourself? Because when we say Dr. Koku, you're a medical doctor,
Yeah.
physician, and you work today to help others take that heartbeat in leadership and grow a culture,
Yeah.
but also grow their skill set. Talk a bit about you and what you do for others.
Wow, thank you so much for asking. If you know me very well, I don't like talking about me. I talk about more. I talk about others all day. Well, I'm a trained physician, and what I see myself doing as a little kid growing up, because out of I got four other siblings. Out of every one of us, I was the one that spent the most time in the hospital. I'm always getting into trouble. Maybe I gotta hit my head against the wall and something just happened to me. I just end up getting to the hospital. So, and the more I go to the hospital, I just see the doctors, they just come in and I see the way they help people with their skills. And I was like, wow, I want to be a doctor. So that was where everything, I just like the way to help people, to make a difference. So that was the foundational inspiration, and I end up getting to medical school. I was trained in Nigeria, the best medical school in West Africa. University of Ibadan is a premier university founded in 1948, and I went to the clinical side, the University College Hospital, where I did my clinicals. So, and after I finished, and then 3 years after my when I was practicing, I relocated to the United States. That was 17 years ago with my new wife. And but something happened to me while I was in medical school. I'm a person of faith. I want people to know that. So as I was coming into medical school as a freshman, that's when I gave my life to Jesus, and that became a turning point in my life. And I had this encounter with God. He said, "Listen, I know you want to be a medical doctor, but I got something better for you." So I was like, "Okay, what is it?" So I get to discover God's vision, and I realize God is taking me into a new level beyond where I want to go. So that is when my ambition was substituted for a vision. But something happened to me when I was coming up in medical school. That was in 1999. Because at that time I was pastoring a fellowship, and I have one of my fellowship members that was reading the book of Dr. John Maswell, and so he now gave me two of those books, Developing the Leader Within You and Developing the Leaders Around You. Oh, Coach Kelvin, that book changed my life. Because what I saw in that book is I saw the five levels of leadership.
Mm.
And as a physician, they've been telling us as a student that you guys are the head of the medical team. They always remind us, all our teachers, they always tell us, you guys are going to be the head of the medical team. So we are being prepared to be the head. But the concern that I saw from that book is this: even the best of us was at the level one leadership. Because the first level, as you know, Coach Kelvin, is leading by position, which is based on right. The second level, of course, is by permission, which is based on relationship. And the third level is by leadership by production, which is based on on the kind of results that you get for your organization. And the fourth level is people development, which is based on you developing others, which is we call reproduction. And the last one is personhood, or what is being called pinnacle, which is based on respect. So, and I saw that even the highest of us physician, all the professors that we look up to, all the doctors, what I see them do is level one leadership. And that really bothers me.
Mm.
But the good news is, from the book Developing the Leader Within You, I begin to learn how to move from level one to level five. And Coach Kelvin, one thing I found out is that the standard is so low. And because of that, I was able to rise up the ranks. And when I sit with professors, because we got to have some things to do with them, they just see that leadership potential, and I end up leading them, even though they are our leaders, as it were, in teaching us and all that. But when we are involved in organization and planning, and I found out that the skills that I've acquired through learning and putting into practice begin to put me in the leadership position. So it was a life-changing experience. And I also read the book, Developing the Leaders Around You, that helped me to grow others. And from there, in my discussion group, I created a discussion group that I, of course, being the leader of the group. Now, watch this: no longer leading by permission, but understanding the real foundation of leadership. So this has contributed to where I am at now, finally joining the Maswell leadership in 2020, take things to world-class level, and the rest, they say, is history. Yeah.
Wow. What a story, my friend. Thank you so much for sharing that. And
Well,
there's so
you're
much
welcome.
to unwrap with what you
Yeah.
just said. Let's talk just a little bit. So, your focus was on becoming a medical doctor initially.
Yeah.
And then God
Yes.
spoke to you on that vision piece. Was it a simple one time God comes to you and you felt that communication and that pull to his purpose? Or did you sense that you had to be pulled a little bit harder maybe when you look back initially, but once you took that step, it was just kind of wow.
Well, I think what really happened is, before I had an ambition in coming to medical school. I mean,
Mm,
like I said, I've had this from the little kid saying doctors. So I had all my things figured out, and the many hospitals I'm going to have and all that stuff. But as I begin to learn leadership, and like I said, I had a vision from God. And the vision that God put in my heart was something beyond just being a medical doctor, and something that's going to impact life, change lives. And I actually started that, I mean, way back in medical school. I brought a team of medical students together. So we were having seminars, we were having conferences, and things that will help people to there's something I was talking about then, to let people to reach their full potential. So we were doing different kind of things, and of course I was pastoring, and then
mm,
also I'm involved actively in ministry. For me, ministry to me is not just something spiritual. And I believe so much in the whole man because there's a holistic approach to a man have spirit. A man is a spirit, he has a soul, and you live in a body. So that whole man concept was so consuming. And I began to emphasize, then at that time we were reading Ben Carson's book. And I began to encourage people like, listen, you need to develop yourself, spirit, soul, and body. And reading books like Zig Ziglar and John Maswell, How to Be a People Person, and so many other stuff that I begin to read. Because then some people believe that if you're in medical school, you don't have time to read other books. That's what I used to believe. But when I failed my first professional exam, that was a wake-up call to me. That led to me realizing that, oh, I need to create a consciousness that can help me to see life differently from the people that are around me. So that's when I became a lifelong learner. So I began to read books like Think and Grow Rich and Think Success Principle like W. Clement Stone. And these things begin to change my approach to life. Even people around me, they begin to see it. So I wrote my first book. That was after like I said, I failed my first professional exam. Then I was able to, and pass the exam. So I wrote my first book in the year 2000. It was a booklet, something like this. It was written for medical students. It's called Understanding Medical School. And it's just like principle because people have been failing the exams, and no one has ever cared to share the principles. So because I've been learning success principles, and that really helped me to pass the baton so that people doesn't have to start all over from the beginning. And guess what, Coach Kelvin? 24 years after I wrote the 2.0 version, this
Oh, wow.
of the book. It's on Amazon, this one. And I collaborated with 9 students from my alma mater that had distinction in anatomy. In our days, having distinction is a rare case, but this technology and all that kind of help people to really learn. So that has become that trajectory. And but being part of the Maswell leadership has really helped me. And because my second book came out in 2003 when I was still in medical school, I wrote 2 books in medical school. This is the second one. Yeah. This is my picture there. I thought I was cool. Yeah.
Hey, you've not aged a day, man.
It was a cool picture there, but now I said, no, that wasn't cool. So it's been a journey. And but after 20 years since I wrote my second book, I couldn't write any book. But I thank God that for the past 2 years, I've done 10 new books that has come out. Some came out 2023, and these are the ones that came out. And this was out last year, and this was one out on servant leadership. Yeah, so this one came out 2023. The Beautiful People talking about relationship.
Yeah.
And this one was about networking, 5 keys for effective networking. And this one, 4 keys for effective leadership. So, and I can relate this to me joining the Maswell leadership team and the kind of caliber of the growth environment has helped me. And 2 years ago, I founded the LAM Global Community, and we've hosted 10 global conferences. In 2 weeks' time, we'll be having our 11th global conferences for parents and guidance. Yeah.
Congratulations. Powerful.
Thank
Powerful. If I didn't mention, this man has a passion and an energy, Dr. Michael Koku, to serve others. He's mentioned that he's an author, more than 10 books now. He's been busy
12
just in the
books.
past few years.
12 books. This is the 12th
12.
one.
There you go. Another picture, right, of Dr. Michael Koku, a good picture.
Yeah, this is a new one.
Leader leads yourself, and that is so true.
Yeah.
One of the hardest things to do, as John Maxwell talks about. But we appreciate, Dr. Michael Koku and I, you being here on this episode of Leadership Synergized. What an incredible conversation with Dr. Michael Koku. His wisdom, clarity, and passion for elevating others are simply unmatched, my friend. From leadership development to global empowerment, Dr. Koku continues to inspire leaders worldwide with practical strategies and a heart for service. Dr. Koku, my friend, thank you for sharing your time, your expertise, and your calling with us today. And to you, our listener, keep leading with purpose, keep growing with intention, and join us next time on Leadership Synergized. God bless, my friend.